the following exercises, evaluate the expressions, writing the result as a simplified complex number. Okay, this is the last question in our complex number playlist. Woohoo! So, technically this should be the most challenging, right? If it's the last one. But regardless of that, we got this. We need to simplify this junk in terms of a simplified complex number, right? So I have 4 plus I divided by I plus 3 minus 4i divided by 1 minus I. Holy guacamole, what are we going to do? Well, let's see. I don't have any double bubbles, right? I'm not multiplying anything, so I can't do anything like that. But it looks like I according to PEMDAS rules, I need to divide first before I add. So I know that I'm going to have to do something with these divisions. Now, we've done tons of problems, and we know that I, which is an imaginary number, I'll say I cannot, or I'll say can never, be in the denominator. So, I is in the denominator for this fraction, and I is in the denominator for this fraction. Wow. So we're going to have to work with both of these to get rid of I in the denominator. Now what I'm going to do here is maybe, I'm going to erase this. You'll see why in 2 seconds. So if you need to write this down, pause the video, but I need to erase it because I want to work on both sides. You'll see in 2 seconds. But just know that I can never be in the denominator, okay? So what am I going to do? Let's work with the left one first. If you want to ever get rid of I in the denominator, you're always going to multiply by something in which that it's just the opposite of what is being done. So here, I'm just multiplying by I. Well, what would be the opposite of I? Well, the opposite of I would be negative I. So you would multiply the denominator by a negative I. But you got to be fair. If you're multiplying the denominator by a negative I, you got to multiply the numerator by a negative I as well. And that's how you can multiply things in like thin air, because this whole thing would be equal to 1. So in theory, you're just taking this and multiplying it by 1. However, we could actually just do the math to just get rid of the I value in the denominator. Okay, so it looks like I just have to multiply the top, and then I have to multiply the bottom. Now in this case, we have the same problem, right? So let's see. I want to get rid of that I in the denominator, so I have to multiply by something, and it has to be the opposite of what's being done. Well, it looks like it's 1 minus I, so the opposite would be 1 plus I. But I gotta be fair, right? If I'm multiplying the denominator by 1 plus I have to multiply the top, the numerator, by 1 plus I. That's how we multiply things out of thin air, because, it's really equal to 1. So there we go. We have to multiply this now, and then the denominator as well. So there's 4 different steps that we have to do. We have to do 4 different multiplications. We have to multiply this numerator, this denominator. We have to multiply this numerator, this denominator, and then we finally add them together. So let's do this in steps. So let's say that this one was step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, and this is step 4. So for right now, we're only going to be working on step 1, all right? So we're going to be doing negative I times 4 plus I. So negative I times, and I just put this in parentheses because I need to multiply this whole thing by this. So 4 plus I. Okay, let's get it going. This one, I just need to multiply this negative I by the 4 and by the I. So this one would be equal to negative I times 4 is a negative 4I. And then negative I times I is a negative I squared. Now, we need a simplified complex number notation. We cannot have any I that's greater than 1, so meaning I to the first. So if we have I to the second, or I to the third, or I to the fourth, you need to simplify that. Now, we know that I, and I'm going to put it down at the bottom here, I is just the square root of -1. These are imaginary numbers. That's what I represents. And I means that there is not a real solution. It is not real. It is imaginary. If you try to plug in a -16, the square root of -16 into the calculator is going to tell you it's an error because the calculator only gives real values, actual numbers. These are in imaginary world, per se. But now I'm going to take this idea and try to figure out what I squared really is. Well, if I'm just squaring this, right, I have to square this. And what happens to a square root being squared? It cancels. So I squared really just equals the remainder. It just equals a -1, right? So that's the idea here. I squared is the same thing as a -1. So if I just simplify this a little bit further, it would be -4i minus, because there's a minus sign here, a -1. Keep change. A negative times a negative is a positive. So this would be equal to -4i plus 1. And what I'm going to do is simplified complex notation always has the real number in the front and then the imaginary. So this would be the same thing as if I just flipped them, 1 minus 4i. Okay, so we have our first answer to the top part. This new numerator is 1 minus 4i. So maybe I will just write that down here. So we have one piece of the puzzle, 1 minus 4i. So we need to find out the denominator, and then we add it to 3 and 4. So we have to find those out as well. Okay, let's do it. Number 2, talking about this. So I have a -I times I. Okay, -I times I is just a -I squared. Oh, well, we already know what I squared is, right? I squared is just a -1. So this would be equal to a negative times a -1, which is just 1. -1 times 1 is a 1. So this would just be over 1. And that's the answer for the second one. That one was easy. Now we have to do 3 and 4. So maybe that's why I erased it earlier, because I wanted to do a 3 over here. And it looks like I have two things that need to be multiplied by each other. So I have 3 minus 4i times 1 plus I. And now this is where we have to be fair. I have a 3, and I want to multiply it by the 1, but I need to multiply it by the I as well. I have to be fair. But then, if you multiply the 3, you have to multiply those two terms by the -4i, so I need to distribute that as well. So for these, there's going to be 4 multiplication steps that you have to do. So let's try it out. 3 times 1 is just a 3. 3 times I is just a 3i. -4i times 1 is a -4i, so minus 4i. And then -4i plus I, or times I, is a -4i squared. So clean up the middle, right? Collect those like terms. 3i minus 4i, 3 minus 4 is the same thing as just saying a -1, and then we have an I attached to it. So this would just be a -I. -1i is the same as I. So then this would be 3 minus I minus 4i squared. And we already know what I squared is, right? I squared is that -1. So this would be 3 minus I minus 4 times -1. -4 times a -1 is the same thing as a +4. So I can just make that a positive and get rid of this. And then we just clean it up. 3 plus 4 is a 7. So this would be 7 minus I. And that is the answer for 3. So I know that that has to go on top of my numerator here. So 7 minus I. And then now I just need to do the bottom, number 4. So maybe I'll put that, let's see. I don't want to put it here because I'm getting close to the subscribe button. And if you want to press that subscribe button, you can. But if not, that's totally fine too. So I want to move it to, let's see, maybe I'll put the 4 over here. That's okay with you guys. So I have 1 minus I times 1 plus I, right? These two things are being multiplied by each other. That was number 4. And the same exact idea happened, right? I need to multiply the 1 by the 1 and by the I. But then I have to multiply the negative I by the 1 and the I. So let's give it a shot. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times I is just a positive I. Negative I times 1 is a negative I. And then negative I times a positive I is a negative I squared. Clean it up in the middle. Plus I minus I. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So that goes bye-bye. Boop, boop. So I'm left with just 1 minus I squared. We know that I squared is a negative 1. So this would be 1 minus a negative 1. Keep, change, change. It would just be 1 plus 1, right? Which equals 2. So that's the bottom here. Okay. Is this our final answer, though? Yeah, you guessed it. Absolutely not, right? It doesn't look like it's in simplified notation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to simplify this answer. Now, pause the video if you would like. I want to get rid of number 4 because I want to work down here. So pause the video if you want to write this down, but there it goes. Ugh, all my lovely work. I hate when it goes bye-bye, but new work is to be completed right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to simplify these out into each individual step. So, and I think this one was a 1. This one was 1. Yeah. So I'm just going to put this because this kind of gets me confused. Okay. So I'm going to simplify this fraction into breaking it into 2 different fractions. I want a real component and I want an imaginary component. When you have multiple things in your numerator divided by one single number in your denominator, you can separate these terms out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the first term by saying 1 divided by 1 minus 4 divided by 1. So this whole thing, I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's going to be, but just so that you guys see it, 1 divided by 1 is 1, 4 divided by 1 is 4. So technically this does not have any denominator anymore, right? Anything over 1 is just this number. So you could have called it right then and there, but I just wanted to show you the process. Okay. So this part is 1 minus 4i, and it's all being added by this part. Let's do the same thing with this. It's being divided by a single 2, so I can break the fraction, this minus this, into 2 fractions. I can say 7 over 2 minus I over 2. Okay, so there we go. We're now at this stage of the game. But now I just need to simplify this. So I'm going to take my real values, 1, and my 7 over 2, and I'm going to add them together. So I'm going to take these 2 guys and do the math. And then I need to do my math on my I values, right? So I have 4I and I have I squared. I need to add those together. Negative I over 2. You guys got what I said, right? I said I squared, I think, but at this point in time, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to erase maybe number 2 on this side, just so that I have some room, okay? So if you need to, pause the video, but number 2 is going. Whee! Okay, so let's work with the real numbers first. I just need to do 1 plus 7 over 2. So 1 plus 7 over 2. Now, you could do this in the calculator, you know. You could make this into a decimal and add it. I don't really care. I like to keep everything in fractions. I'm probably the only one that does that, but I just want to get you guys a better understanding of doing the fractions. So when we're adding, right, we need common denominators. There's a 2 here, so I just have to turn this 1 into something with a denominator of 2. So I know that this is over 1, right? And 1 times 2 is 2, but you guys been seeing the same trend over and over again. Whatever I multiply by the denominator, I have to multiply by the numerator. So this would be 2 over 2, right? Which is the same thing as 1. So I'm just going to get rid of the 1, and I'm going to say that this really equals 2 over 2. And now I'm just going to add. 2 plus 7 is a 9, and when you're adding fractions, the common denominator stays. So the real component would be 9 over 2. Now let's do the same idea for the imaginary components. I have a negative 4i, and I'm minusing an I over 2. And let me just maybe bring this... there you go. Okay. So same idea here. The denominator is a 2, so I want to turn this into a denominator of 2. Any number that's just by that, right, is always over 1. So I want to multiply by 2, but I have to multiply the numerator by 2. And a 2 times a negative 4 is a negative 8. So this would be the same thing as saying negative 8i over 2. And then that's the same thing as a negative 4i, right? So now I just do the subtraction. Negative 8i minus a 1i, there's a secret 1 over here. So negative 8 minus 1 is a negative 9i. And then I'm subtracting. I just keep that denominator the same. So this would be over 2. And now I have my 2 parts. I have my real part, which was the 9 over 2. And I have the fake part, well, not the fake, the imaginary part of negative 9i over 2. So now I just add them together. So this would be 9 over 2 minus 9i over 2. And that is your final answer. The final answer of this playlist and of this question. Woohoo! So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. This chapter was fun. I love complex numbers because it's just basically, you know, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing with, you know, just math, imaginary i's and variables, and that's it. So let me know what you thought in the comments. If you want, click that subscribe button. Whee! It will help us out, and it will get the word out to, you know, all different students all over the world. So I thank you for that. And I'll see you guys all in the next chapter. I think next chapter or next playlist is polynomials. So I'll see you then, okay? Have a great day. Keep studying hard. You guys got this. And good luck on your exams. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.